Hey, welcome back to the Hub channel. And I just want to hop right into this with you, Jeff. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you've realized or you know what's happening right now, but the last couple weeks, your Heikin predictions have been right on point, making your last couple trades absolutely knock out of the park winners just because of your predictions. I mean, you said that the market was topping with your Heikin
Yep,
symbols.
last week.
And of
Yeah.
course, that's exactly what happened. It's been kind of in a downfall ever since. You caught this thing right on the money, Jeff. I can't wait to get into the details of this in today's show.
Well, let's jump right into it. We're looking at a chart of the
Yeah.
Spider Index Trust right off the bat here, and I have regular candles on the chart. But to what you were just speaking to with the Heikin, then let's take a look. Let's put those candles on and just see what I was talking about last week. This is it. This is it. This area here. Last week I talked about how what we call wiki, or what I call wiki candles with Heikin. And then we get into the week last week, and over we go. And these now are solid red candles. The past 2 days have been a little, wiki. We might have seen just a little pullback before we start advancing. But if I put the regular candles back up, then we will see that, well, it's an interesting start to the week, because if I put two moving averages up, you will see that we are now below my short-term moving average, which is a 21 period moving average. So we closed right on the 21 period last Tuesday and then dropped below it, and we couldn't get above it. We traded above it on Friday. On our insiders meeting, I talked on Thursday night how we would trade up Friday morning on the jobs report, which we did. You can see the candle on that big red candle from last Friday. There's a big wick right on the top of it. We traded higher. We opened up and traded higher. Before midday, we rolled over and started trading lower. Now today, we have some anticipated news kind of coming out for the week. Markets rallied. A big move for the Dow today, but S&P, NASDAQ all participated. The laggard was the Russell, not doing much, but I really wanted to highlight the Spider Index Trust here to start off, because yes, by looking at the Heikin candles, we really got a feel of, hey, are we ready for a little bit of a pullback? And the last thing I'll put on, let me take these off, is that Elliott wave count. This is a beautiful Elliott pattern. And you can see here now that the wave 4, probably the most conservative wave 4 pullback, could be in. And that's usually in those low 20s, which we have here. It's around 25%. Okay, before we advance higher. So if we can jump back above that short-term moving average, I think we're on our way up to 490 by the end of the year. However, we're below. We still have red candles on Heikin. We could be dropping a little bit more. This week will tell us what we need to know going forward for the next few weeks. That's the bottom line here. So moving on to a couple of other sectors, really last week it was the bonds and interest rates that took really the show from the broader market. Let me pull Elliott wave off so we can get this. Look at the TLT, which is the long end of the curve. This is the iShares 20-year plus treasuries. Absolutely plummeted last week, shooting interest rates much higher. We've talked about this for a couple of weeks, that even the regional banks have short-term money market accounts paying up over 5%. Interest rates are going up. Mortgage rates up over 7% now. Just there's really no end in sight. In fact, a side article on Jeffries came out today talking about they see inflation. It was either, I don't think imminent is the word. I think it was unavoidable. I believe was the word from the Jeffries article that came out, but not until Q1 of next year. So that's some time away. I mean, we got several months to go here. let's bring it into where we are focused now. But between the broader markets, we're at a inflection point already. We were last week, and with this little bitty move, we're at an inflection point again. We'll see by the end of this week which way the markets want to go. And the thing about that is we have over 2,900 earnings announcements this week. You think we had a lot last week? We got over 2,900 this week. So Brandon, I mean, it's been a great start to the week. I mean, it's, I love when we're kind of hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is good because it's just like you're talking, these inflection points are money-making opportunities like you keep pointing out. I mean, even with those last couple trades that we put on, I know we're still yet to get to those, but these opportunities keep presenting themselves and they're so clear to see on your charts when you're going through these. So keep doing this, Jeff. This is perfect for us.
Beautiful. Well, we'll follow up on our insiders meeting here later in the week. That's on Thursday night for all of our members. And we'll kind of it'll be a little more clear of a picture where we're headed, I would think, by the end of the week. But let's move on. We've got lots of things to talk about. I just touched on earnings. That's still the theme of the week. I had this interesting article that I saw today talking about an option strategy that seems to be working really well. And I wonder, my goodness, what could that be? So just today, this article appeared talking about earnings and specifically how option bets on earnings fueled volatility in U.S. stocks are paying off. This article came out today from Reuters, and it talks about straddles going into earnings. Now, what have we been doing the past 3 weeks? We've been doing straddles on earnings. Now, the article goes on to say it's really painted with a wide brush. And there's a lot of nuances when it comes to earnings plays. Putting a straddle blindly on every stock that's going to generate or have a pending earnings announcement is, I wouldn't say it's a recipe for disaster, but it's not really a great trading strategy. It's a combination of knowing what stocks to place a straddle on and what stocks not to place a straddle on as you head into earnings. But two that we talked about last week really paid off. So last week we talked about two stocks, PayPal and Aflac. Let me show you the results of those. Here's PayPal. This is a snapshot of Friday when we exited this trade. Earnings came out. The stock moved. In fact, if you look at the chart here, you can see that the stock gapped down big on that earnings announcement. In fact, it was about a 12% move, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. And since we closed on the low, I just waited one more day to see if we would trade lower, and we sure did. All right, and closed it out on Friday for a nice, almost doubled our money on this particular trade, return of 92% on PayPal. It was just one of those that just seemed like it was about to make a big move on news, and it sure did. Now, the other trade
Jeff,
was Aflac.
If you go back to that screen, that PayPal screen, scroll down a little bit and look at that chart. Right when you put that trade on, can you circle that with your mouse a little bit? Right, and show everybody where you put that trade on.
Well, so we put it on right in this little consolidation area right here, right before earnings.
Yeah, right in that area. When we were talking about this, all we're looking for is a huge move. And so if you look right where your mouse is, right where you put that trade on, you called that perfectly. Oh my, honestly, you called that really well. And what happened after that was it did that huge move, exactly what we needed, which is what yielded that huge profit. And this is the kind of stuff that you're doing every week over here. And so, guys, I can't stress this enough. This is one of your opportunities. Go take this chance and sign up to follow Jeff and listen to what he's talking about. He knows his stuff. I've been listening to Jeff for so long now. Honestly, Jeff, I know this is strange to talk about, but I know we've been working together for over a year now, and your knowledge is through the roof on this stuff. So this Awesome. Go sign up, guys. This is so good to see. Keep going, Jeff. Sorry to bug you on that.
Well, I appreciate that. No, not a problem. Our other trade was Aflac, and I just always giggle at Aflac because of their little duck that's in the advertisements all the time. But this trade, we gapped up on earnings. This was a beautiful setup here. Just this tight little consolidation right before earnings. We talked about it last week. We put the straddle on, and then boom, midweek, up we go. Traded up on Wednesday. Traded up a little bit on Thursday, actually closed down on the day, but Friday, or excuse me, today, this stock just rallied off of the open and traded higher. We have 4 days left. This is a trade that we would exit today. And look at this, 179% return on investment. That's in less than 1 week. Okay? Less than 1 week. That's the power of these when you do these on the right stocks going into a news event like earnings. Now, Brandon, I don't remember. I've sent a slide in. Don't know, but it's of stocks that have earnings this week, and I wanted to kind of bring up that.
Yeah. Definitely. This is the upcoming earnings for the week of August right here.
Yep. Okay. So we have over 2,000, and I have it right here. Let me just pull in what we have here. We have earnings coming up. Well, today after market close, let me pull this. We have Palantir, Beyond Meat. That used to be a big one. Chegg. The big earnings come tomorrow. So on Tuesday before the market opens, we have UPS, Eli Lilly, we have Under Armour, Barrick Gold, Fox. Then after market close tomorrow, we have AMC Theaters, Rivian, Marathon, Upstart, Twilio. Okay, some big names coming out on Tuesday. That's really the big day this week. And then you can see later on in the week, we have Wendy's Wednesday morning, Disney after the close, then Illumina and U-Haul. Those aren't necessarily big names. But then Thursday, take a look. We have Alibaba in the morning, Krispy Kreme. Man, I remember when that was a big stock to trade around an earnings event. News Corp, and a couple of others, Ralph Lauren. So big names, again, this week are up to bat. And this will also kind of help tell us where the markets are headed. But think when we look at this list, kind of what a lot of these stocks do. So you have Six Flags, you have Krispy Kreme and Wendy's, you have AMC Theaters, okay, Under Armour. These are more kind of retail or service-oriented businesses, and we'll see if pocketbooks are open, whether people are spending money or not. Okay, AMC Theaters, with the writer's strike, we might see an early impact to the theaters. We know from some news reports that's already, I think the news report I saw so far, the strike has impacted to a dollar toll of about $100 million, and that will be felt at the box office. The last thing I want to show on this slide Jeff, here is CPI on Thursday morning. That'll be another big announcement. So,
oh yeah, CPI. Oh yeah. With these retail earnings, isn't Amazon a good indicator of what's going to happen here? I mean, we saw Amazon earnings blow out the roof last week or whatever, right? So wouldn't they be the indicator of the street, what's happening on the ground level, what people are retail shopping and things like that? Or are we thinking there's going to be some discrepancy here? Obviously, AMC might be and Disney might be exceptions to that. I think they're going to both fail. But hey, I don't know. What about the rest of them?
Well, the rest of them, you're right. It's going to be split, and it could be split. People are going to be putting priority in what is it going to be, entertainment, or is it going to be food and clothing? That where is their focus? And that's what earnings season kind of begins to tell us. It begins to paint that picture of what's to come. And again, a big big firm, which is Jeffries, came out and said Q1 possibly starting of a recession. That, we'll see. We'll see what Christmas holds, but that's still a few months off. So so this week, let's bring it in and kind of close out on what we're looking at this week. Well, we're looking at some earnings announcements, and quite honestly, two stocks that I was looking at. Well, one is Rivian, right? RIVN. They have earnings tomorrow after market close. I think that's a good name to take a look at. Let me pull up that chart here real quick, and we'll take it. So Rivian, all right, and you can see here that, man, we started to move a little bit already, but we were consolidating here in this little pattern. Stock already started to move, but I think we might get a big move on earnings, which is tomorrow afternoon. So placing a straddle probably around the $25 mark would be the place to go. All right. And then the other one, UPST, which is Upstart Holdings. We're looking at Upstart. All right. It's already had its move. And yes, earnings have not been announced yet. They're coming up. But this one might have started to make its move before the announcement. I would wonder if the move has already been made, but I did like this stock for a potential earnings announcement. Kind of what I would do here is maybe go out maybe a couple of weeks in time because you can see how this stock moves. Look at this beautiful pattern here. Just, it went from 40 to 50 in like 2 weeks. So I think giving yourself a little bit more time might be the answer on Upstart. But those are two stocks that have earnings this week that I'm looking forward to keeping that track record going of good, consistent winners.
So we got Upstart, we got Rivian, and both those. So just on that second one, I want to clarify because it looks like there may have been already a move right now. If you're looking at that chart, just it might have been already done for. Would you hold off on putting a play on this one to kind of watch things a little bit more, or would you still? You said a couple weeks out. Would you still put a play on this thing a couple weeks out, or just go with Rivian right now?
Earnings is this week, but yeah, I would do options that have expiration maybe a couple of weeks out because this stock does tend to move, which is really nice. That's a nice little if this stock had a habit of consolidating and moving sideways, then yeah, I probably might hold off. But this thing is it seems to be a mover. I mean, look, it hit 70 last week. And now it's trading at $51. What's not to love about that? I mean, this thing moved.
You can imagine the option value that you gain if you played those options too. I mean, obviously that's a huge move. $20 move in the stock. Option price is probably 200-300% in some cases on the puts on those things. Holy cow! Anything else you're looking at, or what are you thinking, Jeff?
Well, it's still earnings season. We do a lot of different delta neutral trades within our service, delta neutral trader, and it's not always straddles and strangles. All right, we do many others, calendars and butterflies and condors, iron condors, et cetera, and so on. All right, but it just happens to be earnings season. That's what we've been talking about for the past few weeks, and it's paid off. It's paid off. Just we've hit. I mean, we're like 6-2 or 6-1, 7-1, something like that right now. And when we have losers, they're very small. I mean, it's been a really good cycle for trading straddles and strangles on the stocks that we've picked.
You say really good cycle, but Jeff, you've been crushing it, and there's no reason not to use that. I have this on the screen right now. Go ahead and sign up. Go follow Jeff. He knows what he's talking about. And like he said, he's not going to be doing these straddles and strangles all day long every day, but that's just the trades that have been set up during this earnings season. And they've paid off so well. You saw earlier 600%. I mean, huge gains. This is crazy, Jeff. So I love to see these, and I love to see your hard work paying off for you and for everybody that's following you right now. Get over to that website I have on the screen right now, ewotrader.com/DNT-trial. Sign up, watch Jeff. You guys are going to love this. Anyway, Jeff, I'll let you outro this thing, and we'll see you later.
Very good. It's going to be another great trading week. Lots of earnings. CPI on Thursday. Big week ahead of us. We look forward. We'll cover it all, and we'll talk about it next Monday. Everyone have a great trading week, and I'll see you again. Take care.